This live podcast of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations is brought to you by StreamYard, a live streaming service to broadcast your content on Facebook, X, YouTube, and other platforms. Try it out by using the referral code in the description below. Enjoy the game. All right, people, welcome everyone to the tendeitem channel. Obviously, subscribe to my channel, follow me on X on Twitter. Welcome everyone to another live watch along of the Africa Cup of Nations. Jesus Christ, I hope this is a lot better than last night. Big up to everyone. First of all, just so that everyone knows, this is a live watch along. I will not broadcast the game on my YouTube due to copyright. But as I said, please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Obviously, right here, not in the trophy, in here. Obviously, big game. It's South Africa against Cameroon, and obviously, yeah, good to see you. Ozan, come back. We are back for another watch along. As I said, probably is. It could be the Africa Cup of Nations. But yeah, obviously, big game, as I said. Earlier today, we had Morocco winning against Tanzania, 1-0 only. So, the lineups, I have it right here. We do have Williams in goal. This is for South Africa. We then have Modal, Nyezana, Mobkazi, and Kabini. Excuse me. And then midfield you have Mokoena, Sibisi, and Obas. And then up front you have Opolis, Mofokeng. Great name. And Lyle Foster. And then for Cameroon, we have Epasi in goal, and then a back three of Tolo, Koto, and Molane. Not Post Malone, but Malone. Wongwa and Tramado in the fullback position. And then obviously you have Beleba and Avom in midfield with Loda and Bremo up front, or a little bit up front. And then Kofan up front. So surprisingly, no Ete Young in the starting 11. Obviously Basog, Nakodo, Wu, not Wendy the Pooh, just Wu of Cameroon. As for South Africa, Modiba is probably the main one, not in the starting 11, but very strong 11 from both teams with this game. Only 1-0, giving me Spain 2010 vibes. Spain did win the World Cup few years ago, but we'll see if Morocco can actually win a trophy for once in the men's senior team. As I will try to get the stream up for myself. There we go. So yeah, obviously, as I said, right here. Oh my God, jeez. Can I please just have a normal stream, please? I'll find out. But yeah, as I said, the scoreboard is right here. Probably not sure if I'll have any guests on for today. So this one's just going to be a little bit more calm, relax. I'm hoping this is a lot better. Gee, I swear, if we get another penalty shootout, I'm going to, I don't even care about the football. Just, end the game in 90 minutes, please. I don't want to end up needing to eat by the end of the stream immediately, which I will anyway. But like, I want to eat. I want to feast. But yeah, obviously, big game between two sides: South Africa, Cameroon. Both teams finishing second in their groups. Cameroon were close to winning the group actually, but Ivory Coast did end up winning in the end. I actually did get 3,000 views on my watch along yesterday. I don't know how you guys managed to get me to 3,000. So somewhat worth it. Gained about 4 subscribers. So I'm now, well, yeah, I'm actually 4 subscribers away from 750, which was my target at the start of this AFCON. So a pretty good sizable amount. I think I started at around 720. Not in terms of the time, but the watchalong for the AFCON, I started at around 720 subscribers, but now I am on 746, I believe. So gained about 25 or so subscribers, which is nice. Trying to reach 750 by the end of this AFCON. So just need 4 or 5 more. So please do hit the like button. And as I said, subscribe and follow me on X on Twitter as well. Obviously, I will be doing live watch-alongs for this one, obviously, and the next couple of nights. Tomorrow, I am doing Nigeria taking on Mozambique as well. I swear to God, if I choose all the games that ends in extra time and penalties, God, then I hate AFCON even more. But yeah, obviously, both of these sides, whoever wins will play Morocco in the quarterfinals in Rabat, as this game is, I believe, played in Rabat. It is played in Rabat. So not that far of a journey, I would say, for both teams. Oh my God, is it really going to be doing that the whole entire time? I have to readjust the stream every single second. Hope I'll be fine. But yeah, obviously, big matchup between the two sides, trying to get into the Africa Cup of Nations quarterfinal. Cameroon, the last time, were eliminated at this stage last time around in 2023 edition, technically 2024. And South Africa made it to the semifinals in the last AFCON. But now, obviously, both of these sides are aiming to reach the quarterfinal. For South Africa, it'll be back-to-back quarterfinals minimum. For Cameroon, it'll be the first since the one before last, when they hosted it. We'll get the game started very soon. So just getting myself ready. Brian and Bremo. And we have kicked off here between South Africa in the white and Cameroon in their flag color kit of green shirts, red shorts, and yellow socks. So yeah, it's a big one here between the two sides. I'll be honest, I didn't really care too much about Mali, Tunisia in the end, like especially at extra time. Hopefully this game doesn't go to extra time. I swear, I don't want like drama sometimes. Cameroon dealing with it easily. Obviously, this was the tournament in which both of these sides are trying to get themselves. And there's a foul, an early free kick for South Africa in a dangerous position. Macarena is down. The thing is, I'm pretty sure this is one of the first times I've seen South Africa wear the color white as their kit. Usually it will be yellow and green, or it would be green and yellow, whichever combination, but probably a kit clash with them in Cameroon and an immediate yellow card. I would say it has to be one that hasn't won a trophy in anything. Probably Croatia or Belgium. I'll probably say one of those. But if it's about a team that hasn't won in a long time, I would say in Asia would be Korea Republic or Iran, but I'll go with Korea Republic. Africa, in my opinion, I think it is Morocco. In North America, Canada, I guess, or Costa Rica. But the free kick, which Cameroon have to deal with, means just stoppage, but hopefully we get something exciting. So an early free kick for South Africa. South America, I don't know, Venezuela. And then in Europe, Belgium, I guess, or Croatia. There you go. Oh, could have been an early chance, could have been an early goal. Foster. Lyle Foster for South Africa from the free kick. And it's cleared. Big up, 10 people watching. Hit the subscribe button right here. Subscribe. Follow me on X on Twitter. Whenever I get that opportunity, I will shout myself out. Obviously, doing South Africa, Cameroon today. Tomorrow, I will be doing Nigeria taking on Mozambique. Tomorrow at this time. And then on Tuesday, I will be doing Ivory Coast or Côte d'Ivoire against Burkina Faso in the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. And obviously, we already have one of our quarterfinals on the way with a few teams. Some teams here. Yeah, I guess so. Big game, this one, between the two sides. I forgot to even say a prediction. I have Cameroon winning. I'll go 2-1. But I just don't want extra time. That's all I don't want an extra 30 minutes. I mean, I had a 3-hour stream yesterday. I don't want that again. But at the moment, South Africa look like they've started the brighter of the two sides. Chance plays it back here. It might just be me doing this watch along for today of South Africa, Cameroon. Even though I'm not the super biggest fan of an early chance. Oh, it's out of play. Unfortunate there. I believe it was with Lyle Foster. Let me also see what the current score or result is between Manchester City and Chelsea. Still 1-0. Reinders scored. And it seems like Man City dominating and probably going to win the game. Which actually does help Newcastle. Which we did win earlier today against Crystal Palace. I thought we were, I wouldn't say comfortable, but it was pretty easy. I don't rate Crystal Palace as much as I used to probably back in the summer. But yeah. Right now it's a chance to watch some good AFCON, I would say. This tournament has already, I wouldn't say it hasn't produced any upsets. You could say Tunisia, Mali last night was an upset, but more like I just wanted the game to end. I don't really care who won by the end of it, because Senegal will win. I'll be honest. Even though Senegal haven't looked convincing, but if Senegal can get up to gear for the next 3 games, if they are to go all the way to the final, they have a chance of winning this AFCON. Oh, clear opportunity for South Africa to take the lead. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's Lyle Foster, I believe. It probably would have been offside, but you gotta put that on target regardless. Not great there. South Africa almost scoring against Cameroon, who will not be at the World Cup. Now, I am probably actually going to do a live watch along from Mexico, South Africa at the upcoming World Cup in June of this year, June 11th, 9 o'clock my time here at that time, Central European time, the 11th of June, 2026. I will be hosting that watch along. I will be doing the host countries as my watch alongs for that one. Most likely. I have to check the schedule and how I'm like at that time. But Cameroon, oh my God, another again. Kabini. South Africa in behind again. This Cameroonian defense. But Jesus Christ. They can't even put things on target. Kabini this time. South Africa, last couple of minutes. I would say South Africa in the first 10 minutes, I would say, have looked more threatening, but they haven't scored, I'll say the longer this, you could say stays 0-0, probably the better, the worse, I don't know, it gets. I like the early goal, I would say. A foul. Hugo Bruce, the South African manager, going to lead his nation in that opener at the World Cup against Mexico. And as I said, people, please do hit the subscribe button. I will be doing more watch-alongs for the AFCON. I'm probably going to do the quarterfinal game of Morocco. I think it's the later kickoff. Morocco taking on whoever wins this one, actually. I will do a watch-along of it on, I believe the game's on Friday. Friday night kickoff of Morocco versus whoever wins this game between South Africa and Cameroon, as South Africa drive forward again on the ball. But Cameroon deals with it. Huge matchup in this Africa Cup of Nations. And actually, out of curiosity, I do want to check if Real Oviedo have beaten Alaves. Let's see. I want to find out. I'm so bright. My thing. Let me see. La Liga? No, it's 1-1. Never mind. Oh, Cameroon! Cameroon! Oh, cleared away. There's an early opportunity for Cameroon. For them, Girona now 2-0 up against Mallorca. Good stuff for them. Lucas Boye scored for Alaves. Deportivo Alaves, who I think and Oviedo look like more threatening. I mean, no goals yet, but we probably could have had a goal by now, actually. That's how it's been so far. Could win it here, South Africa. This game's definitely a lot more livelier than the game last night. I will definitely say that. And Middlesbrough beat Southampton 4-0. Lol. Did I? No, Coventry lost. Damn. Ducks. Dukes or whatever. Some interesting results this weekend in club football, but for international football, I would say that AFCON hasn't thrown up any surprises as far as I know. I don't think whoever wins this game is not a surprise. Oh, if South Africa beat Cameroon, it's not a surprise. If Cameroon beat South Africa, it ain't a surprise. So that's why I would definitely say foul in the favor of South Africa. The center back that I'm struggling to pronounce his name. Mbokazi. That's Mbokazi. I think that'll work for me. Mbokazi. Probably I even have a perfect pronunciation of his surname. But we will definitely see what this South African side would do. Underachievers, the other ones. The only thing is, I don't know what Tanzania, Kenya, or even in the case of Ethiopia, what have they've done. North Korea, 2010 World Cup, 1966. Venezuela, I guess so as well. That to qualify for World Cup could have if they went that bad. Yeah, in this game, probably slight favorites. Oh, and South Africa in behind again. Will they actually score this time? Will they put it on target? He does! 1-0. Offside. He scores, but the one time it's offside. Fantastic. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like he's offside. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not sure about the population of Cameroon, but I'm pretty sure they have a lot of kids there. But I would say slight favorite South Africa. But in terms of how the teams played throughout the tournament, they all checked for a goal, potentially for South Africa if they have scored, and the referee says no goal. I'm doing my list on the basis on how many times you failed to qualify for the tournament. Oh, now South Africa on the break again, but the goalkeeper's not even coming forward for that. He probably should have. Oh, could have been a defensive mistake there. Cameroon, South Africa at the moment, I would say definitely, yeah, they do have a lot of youngsters in the Cameroonian side. I am a bit surprised Ete-Eyong is not starting, but to be honest, I don't think they need Ete-Eyong because they need defenders. I would say that because South Africa have been easily passing by. Ooh, Cameroon's defense is a bit shaky at the moment. I know I said Cameroon to win, but I'll be honest, I'm looking forward to that quarterfinal of Morocco against one of these sides. As if you could just get through the ball there, good tackle, and Bokazi, I believe, the one I'm struggling to pronounce. And now, since I'm somewhat maybe able to pronounce his name, he's made a brilliant tackle to deny Cameroon an early breakthrough. No foul, says the referee. Somehow falls down, gets up, gets the ball, makes a pass. So far, this is a lot more entertaining than Mali, Tunisia. Thank fuck for that. Even though there's not been a goal in this game yet. But 16 and a half minutes in, and we already have better footballing quality than either of them. the ones from last night. Thank God. But please don't let this be extra time. I want this to be done in 90 minutes. Please. I'm not a big. To be honest, I'm really not a big fan of extra time. Like an extra 30 minutes. Like, okay, yay, they could be drama, but like, just give us penalties already. That's why I prefer the Carabao Cup. Cleared. Because I feel like I don't know. I'm just like 30 minutes of extra time. You don't really get much. I mean, yeah, maybe some games you can get the drama of the extra 30 minutes, but like, I'd much rather just have it be done on penalties. So please, one of these sides, be a little bit ahead by the end of this game. South Africa, Cameroon. One of them at the World Cup opening game, the other not even in it at all. Though to be fair, I will say, oh, some sort of pause in the game by the ref. I'm not sure why. Oh, player down for Cameroon. So, bit of a team huddle for South Africa. It's a really good pass, that one, towards Lau Foster, the number 9. For some reason, this idea of having ice hockey power play type of extra time where you have revive or corner kicks, something I'd like to replace. Or just do a penalty shootout immediately. Because I feel like, yeah, obviously it depends on the game, but most games, I'll say this at the World Cup, now that we have an expanded format, there will be games that will be, you will get goals, but it'll be a bit shit and boring because there's a clear winner. Like, I'm just going to say this: Germany are going to win by like 7, 8, 9-0 against Curacao. I'm sorry, like it will happen. Yeah, maybe Germany struggle for the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and people, oh my God, Curacao, or tying 0-0 with Germany after 10 minutes. Like, Germany will win that game very easily. That's probably the, like, if you're a betting man, Germany to annihilate Curacao at the upcoming World Cup is a good bet to have. But I don't bet. I don't gamble. Gamble responsibly. I mean, I do things responsibly, but not gamble. Just gamble. That's what I mean. But those sort of games, you will be seeing those sort of games at the World Cup. It would be kind of similar to like how Bayern Munich destroyed Auckland City 10-0 at the Club World Cup. Like, I think it's at that level, I would say. Germany, Curacao, especially, recently Germany. Oh, substitution for Cameroon. Fortunate. Wongra is off for. I need my glasses. Nagida is coming on for Cameroon. Yeah. I saw. Yeah, it could be. But I'll be honest. I do think that game will end like 7, 8, 9. Some huge scoreline at the World Cup. It's. If I was a betting man, which I'm not, I don't bet. What do you call this? I do drink, but I don't bet. But yeah, I would put money on that being like a 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-0 something scoreline. That's the only game I'm really looking at that could be like that. The other one is probably maybe like Switzerland, Qatar, I would say, or South Africa if they no, could have been another way through on goal for South Africa, but it was cut out in the end. Another game I'm thinking that could be a high scoring game, but like one sided as well. I said Qatar, Switzerland in favor of obviously Switzerland. You could say England, Panama, just because it happened last time. It could be, but that's the final group game, and maybe both teams know what result they need at the end. And it might be England's B team or C team, which is still good enough to beat Panama, I will say. But it won't be like 6-1. It could be like a 3-4-0 for England against Panama. So still a big result, but not like a heavy 6-1 score. Just because it's the final game, England maybe at that time already know they topped the group. So like, why bother injuring your own players potentially? Obviously, it depends on how things go. Yeah, they did score 4 against Sweden, and I think Qatar's defense isn't as good as Sweden. I will say, I'm thinking of other games. I have to think about the other groups. Group A, obviously any game could be a massive scoreline, obviously. Group A, I don't see it. No matter which European side progresses, doesn't matter. I don't see a huge one-sided. Group B, potentially it could be one of the Qatar games, likely against either Switzerland, or if Italy qualify, Italy-Qatar could be Italy heavy win. Group C is the Brazil group. I think Brazil-Haiti could be a big scoreline for Brazil. I know some people saying Haiti could win that game, but I don't see it. I remember 10 years ago, Haiti lost 7-1 to Brazil in the Copa America. So, to be honest, I think Haiti will be fun to watch, but they just won't have enough in there. I think Haiti can get 1 point, maybe against Morocco or Scotland, but to get enough points to progress, I don't see it. So Brazil-Haiti could be a big scoreline for Brazil winning, like a 5-0, 6-1, something like that. Group D, I'm not sure. Why is my stream frozen? Free kick Cameroon, cleared comfortably for the South African defense. Group D, as I said, not really any game that looks like. Group E, I already said Germany, Curacao is the one. Group F, that's the Netherlands group. I don't see it in any game. Group G, I know people are saying, oh, it could be a New Zealand game, but I think the New Zealand team will be all right at the World Cup. I don't think New Zealand will progress from their group, but New Zealand won't embarrass themselves at the World Cup. They could get a win in the opening 2 games, which would set up something amazing. So, hot take, you could see New Zealand winning a game at the World Cup, but not have enough to progress, like be a team that finishes on 3 points, but just doesn't make it either as a third placer or finishes bottom on 3 points, something like that. South Africa, plenty of balls forward. Take the shot if you can. It's easily blocked. And Cameroon will get it away. And Bremo, if you can keep the ball or maybe find a good pass. Yeah, Tunisia could be one now. Though, to be fair, obviously, just because they didn't do well in the AFCON doesn't mean they'll do bad at the World Cup, I will say. And Tunisia's opening game is against whichever European side progresses. So we'll see. The Group G, I said. Group H, probably Spain, Cape Verde could be one. Like a 5-0, something like that. Group I, Iraq. I think Iraq could give a good fight, but probably lose every game. Maybe like 2-1, 2-1, 1-0 losses to everyone else if Iraq makes it. Group J, I don't see it. Maybe it could be Argentina, Jordan. I would say that. But that's the final group game, so I am not sure. You mostly see these high-scoring games or big scoreline games or whatever in either the first or second match day. So, because Argentina, Jordan's the final match day, both teams know what they need. So will they really go for a huge scoreline? I don't know. Corner. Oh, I thought it was heading in. It's actually cleared away. Cameroon. I would say first half South Africa definitely a lot better than Cameroon, but still 0-0. Even though South Africa did have a goal disallowed. And then JK, Group K. If they don't start off the tournament well, I could see Colombia beating Uzbekistan like a 4-0. As much as I want to see Uzbekistan do well, I think they'll get a little bit of a reality check, maybe in the opening game at the World Cup against Colombia. I don't think Uzbekistan will do bad, but reality check, opening game against Colombia. It would be a shock, obviously, if Colombia loses, and a foul there by the substitute, actually, that came on, Nodiga. And then Group K, Group L, the England group. Probably Croatia, Panama in the second match day. But my bets, I'll hedge my bets on 3 games. Switzerland, Qatar, opening game. I also have, or the first match day, Germany, Curacao, Spain, Cape Verde. All of them are on the first match day. Colombia, Uzbekistan. And on the second match day, I'm leaning towards Brazil, Haiti. Yeah, I hope Uzbekistan do well. I hope so. But they do have, I would say they have a tougher fixture than a team like Jordan. And also, opening game against Colombia is not that great, I would say. But you never know. I hope Uzbekistan do well in the World Cup. I hope at least one debutant makes the knockouts. I'll back maybe just one of them, which I think is fair enough. One debutant that makes the knockouts. Curacao, I have no faith in. Jordan is probably the one I'm leaning towards. Uzbekistan, I just feel like it'll be very tough. I could see Uzbekistan getting a result against Portugal. I can see that, but have a bit of a reality check in the opening game. Like a Colombia 4-0 win over Uzbekistan, but then Uzbekistan draw 2-2 against Portugal in the next match day. I can see that. And a foul. So it's a yellow card, the first one for a South Africa player. Ngazana gets a yellow card. Still 0-0. Believe it or not, people, despite the amount of chances South Africa had towards goal. But my huge bet would be on Germany Curacao being a 6-7 0, 8-0, something like that, 9-0. That's probably my bet. Especially considering Germany want a good statement heading into their first, like they want to win, make the knockouts for the first time since winning it. Check some results. I guess Man City won. No, Man City 1-1 against Chelsea. Surprising. Free kick, Cameroon. Continue it on. No. It's a corner though. Corner, Cameroon. What would be the league table because of this? Let me see. So Manchester City, after 20 games in the Premier League, or 6 points behind Arsenal after the draw against Chelsea. I do think it'll be one of them that wins the Prem. And then, and because of the draw, Newcastle United are only 2 points off top 5. And I do think England gets the extra Champions League spot. Had to clear. Take the shot if you can. Places it. No. Chance. Go, Cameroon. Go. Sorry about that. I'm coughing. South Africa. Coughing up something that they will not be happy with. It is 1-0 to Cameroon. Cameroon have taken the lead. Thank God, football is football. They're complaining about something, South Africa. Blue Co have realized, headed, I don't know what happened here. Realize they don't have a lot of money, doesn't carry that. Yeah, true. I don't know what the South Africa players are complaining about. Though, to be fair, Cameroon do have that heritage. Though I did say they'll get grouped in this AFCON. But it just shows that, oh, you didn't do well in the qualifiers? Oh, well, didn't do well in the AFCON or World Cup. So we'll see. I will say South Africa are a little bit too overhyped. I don't know why they're complaining. I don't know where they're checking for a goal. VAR check. But for what? Let me see. I don't know. Is it for offside? For handball? I don't know. I mean, it's not handball because it's in a natural position. Samuel Eto'o praying to the gods, and the indomitable Lions are ahead against Bafana. They're still checking VAR. A revision in the goal. We'll see. I don't know how long it's taking. I think it's, unless I'm seeing something odd, it should be a goal for Cameroon. And the goal is given. The goal is Shay Given of the Republic of Ireland's former goalkeeper, and Cameroon have a goal. They do confirm the goal. It is a Cameroonian goal. 1-0 to Cameroon. paper wound. And South Africa, under 10 minutes to go of the first half. Obviously, you still have second half. Lots to get into for South Africa. But yeah, Cameroon finally scored. We do have a goal, thank God. And this is a lot better than the Tunisia-Mali game, thank fuck. And despite South Africa having many chances to actually have taken the lead, Cameroon have pegged them back. And they could add a second if they could play this play right. To find Mbeumo if he can. Foul committed. And the rain is going down here in Morocco, in Rabat. Obviously, this is the stadium next to the stadium of Morocco, Tanzania earlier at the stadium, which is probably at the background, because I'm pretty sure this was the stadium of the Tunisia-Uganda game, but I might be wrong. But definitely a stadium in Rabat. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong now that I think about it. The stadium. But regardless of what stadium it is, this feels like it's Luande in Cameroon with the free kick. If they could add a second, that would bring some daylight between them and South Africa. Free kick taken. And easily claim 1-0 Williams. But this is the fourth consecutive game that South Africa failed to keep a clean sheet in the AFCON, which isn't good when you consider the World Cup is approaching. You want to have a few clean sheets, maybe one or two, give your defense some confidence. But right now, the confidence is more on the side of Cameroon. Foul. And it's also because most Prem teams now have billionaire owners. That's true. And teams are willing to actually go for trophies. I do want to check. I know the Paris derby is happening. And obviously, I know Deportivo La Coruña is playing soon as well. Which I'll probably watch the second half if this game's on extra time. South Africa deflected. You take the shot if you can. Take the shot, blocked, probably by his own player. Nodiga. And it will be cleared. Cameroon towards Brian and Mbeumo. Good touch. And Cameroon. Can they? Should they? They might, Ball's whipped in. If you can win the header. Shot. And it's just over the ball. Look at that. Namaso it was. So those were the results in La Liga. Levante Oviedo are still at the bottom, and now it's Valencia at the bottom because Girona did beat Mallorca. And only 4 points separate the title race contenders, which I think will be the two that will be in the title race: Barcelona, Real Madrid, which I always do my show, the El Toro La Liga show. Obviously, I'm probably feeling like I won't do a live watch long if the final of the Supercopa is Real Madrid Barcelona. And it's offside. The reason being is I probably want to go out and watch the game somewhere here in my city, in my town. It's not really a town, it's more of a city. Well, in between the two, more or less. And who will I be hoping to win? As much as I don't like them, and say Real Madrid. And they did win 5-1. Mbappe who? Because foul. Go fun. I can't believe this Cameroon team's not at the World Cup. That's crazy. But yet we get Ghana and Capo Verde, who aren't even at the AFCON. And things would have been different if Capo Verde actually qualified. Probably not Ghana, because Ghana would get grouped. Got the junior. But big up to everyone. As I said, subscribe and follow me on Twitter. As we're approaching halftime, and we'll probably get like 4 or 5 minutes of extra added time, actually. I'm trying to check. There's something in my mind. The result of one of the other games I was following, and I got 1 new subscriber. So big up for subscribing. For whoever subscribed, thank you. Now I'm 3 subscribers away from 750, which would be great. My aim for the year is 1,000. That'll be nice. I'm not really looking for monetization. I just want to see some good football. That's what I want to see. Football whereby it's fun and we don't get extra time. That's the good bit of football I like. Whereby you get 90 minutes of fun and it's done, And they last long and don't last longer, please. You had your fun. Who he could play, so they could put players in the shop. Yeah. I mean, it's a very odd situation at Chelsea, yet they did get a point against Man City, which is hilarious. So Man City are technically beatable, and obviously Newcastle, we play them in 10 days from now. I'm not saying they're more favored, Manchester City, to beat Newcastle over 2 legs. But Newcastle, we have won back-to-back semifinals in the Carabao Cup. So I can be confident in us. I can, because I've seen us twice in a semifinal in this competition, make the final both times. So I can be confident at least. Whereas like Arsenal, they can't because they lost to us. Obviously, Man City will be tough. South Africa looking to apply some pressure and make this game a bit more tougher for Cameroon. That's deflected. It will be a corner. And how much added time will we get? Nagida blocking that. I can't really tell. I believe that's just 3 minutes. So, all right, fair enough. Gets this game a little bit quicker and done over with. So, South African corner inside the stadium that's a bit dry and empty in terms of the stands. Polis with the corner. Cross is ripped in. That will probably be a bit too heavy to deal with. But South Africa still have possession of the ball. But will they make it anything? A shot on target, perhaps? And a really good goal by Harrison Reed for form. I was in a watchalong earlier. And yes, today for me feels really cold, even though it was sunny today. But I am wearing a turtleneck jacket, which I usually wear when it's cold for me, and I'm too lazy to wear a scarf. Cross, and I'll be headed over. Epasi. So not even offside that one. The Cameroonian goal, which has given them the lead. It's a good goal. Jamadeo for Cameroon. So we are soon approaching the halftime whistle. Big up. And it will be cleared. Pass. Ooh, good slid through there. I feel like opportunities can be abundant for Cameroon on the break, I will say. South Africa all playing more so above the defense. Cameroon more in between the lines and breaking with counterattacks when they can. Look at this. Yeah, nicely playing around here, Cameroon. Obviously with their goal advantage, definitely more pressure on South Africa to get a goal. Otherwise, South Africa will go out the last 16 of the Africa Cup of Nations. And I feel like whichever team between the two progresses into the quarterfinal against Morocco, I hope that'll be a good game. I hope. We'll probably get close to the halftime whistle after this goal kick. And regardless, it is halftime actually. 1-0 halftime. Let me wait till it hits 0 so I can do one. Yeah. There. So halftime in the 2025, even though technically it's 2026, Africa Cup of Nations, it is South Africa 0, Cameroon 1. So we'll see. We will see how things go. Obviously, the winner of this game does play Morocco in the quarterfinal on Friday. It's coming Friday, which is obviously a big game for both sides trying to reach the semifinal. Or, well, now 3 of them, because we don't know who will progress definitely, but South Africa need a goal at least to at least have some faith of being in the quarterfinal against Morocco, which will be played in Rabat. But yeah, halftime. Going to look forward to the what we have for the upcoming games in the Africa Cup of Nations. Obviously, halftime, it is 1-0 to Cameroon. But tomorrow we have Egypt versus Benin. And then the watch-along I'm doing is Nigeria, Mozambique. So that's the one I'm doing tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, we have Algeria versus DR Congo, or as I like to say, algebra class taking on Dr. Congo. And then the watch-along I'm doing on Tuesday is Ivory Coast against Burkina Faso. And then obviously the quarterfinal, we start off with Mali, holy fuck, and Senegal, kind of like holy fuck. Friday, the early kickoff for that, and then doing the watch-along of Morocco taking on whoever wins this game between South Africa and Cameroon. And then I will be doing the winner of, I have to check the schedule. The Saturday game, I forgot who it is though. Or who's the one doing it? I think it's the whoever wins the Egypt Ivory Coast section. I think that's the side of the bracket is on Saturday night, Saturday evening for me. PSG against Paris FC. Happening right now, I know. Or soon. I don't know. League One. Well, it started 0-0 in the Paris derby. So I'll find out who wins the Paris derby. I know they play each other as well in the Coupe de France. I'm just praying that Deportivo win against Cadiz so that we can get our league season back on track. I'll find out in a few hours, or very soon the game starts. But I'll say, so far in this game, first half been actually nice and entertaining, and we get a goal as well, so that's nice. Could have been 2 goals because South Africa had the ball to the net, but it was disallowed for offside. So sleepy. Even though I just had coffee earlier to keep myself awake. That was the goal from Cameroon. Seems like there was some sort of celebration. Well, at the moment, we are just waiting to see the second half get underway, probably in a few minutes from now. Mm-hmm. Big game in the tournament. Germany. I don't know how Germany are overachievers. I would say the actual genuine overachievers is actually Uruguay. I think Uruguay are the overachievers in world football because you don't expect them to be a team that wins a World Cup. I know they haven't won in almost like, how long has it been? Like 80 years or something? 76 years? It's been 76 years or something like that since Uruguay won the World Cup. But the fact that they still managed to do well in a few World Cups, actually have more Copa America wins than Brazil is crazy. Because I feel like Germany, population one of the biggest in Europe, so Portugal, I mean, only very recently, but Portugal have never been historically good. It's only that since Luis Figo and that generation onwards. Australia, I mean, Australia is always good in sports. Egypt, population. If you want to count World Cups, then sure. But by technicality, both Egypt and Senegal have, and well, actually will feature in 4 World Cups each, believe it or not. In Senegal, even though they might be considered overachievers, they have only won 1 AFCON, which is the same as like Morocco. And people think Morocco aren't overachievers or underachievers. No, I think they're more underachievers. So I would say Uruguay, considering you can say circumstance of how their country is like, population wise, and yet they still managed to, win Copa Americas and have 2 World Cups, 2 Olympic golds. Obviously, I know that's like, you can say ancient history, more than 100 years ago for the first one in 1924. But they have that history, and, they do qualify for World Cups. But then, to be honest, what other sport does Uruguay do well in? The other one I can think of is rugby. But they're not that amazing in rugby, I would say. So, yeah. Like, I don't know, what do you expect from, let's say, Uruguay at the Summer Olympics? Unless it's football, you don't really know any Uruguayans. God, who's messaging me? No, I don't need that. But I would say Uruguay are the overachievers. Even though they might not do well at the World Cup, but I think somewhat the climate will help Uruguay, knowing that they've played in America, and they're relatively all right in the Copa America. Obviously, it's not been the same, for a year and a half now, but Uruguay, I could still see Uruguay finishing second in the group, even though people might say they might finish below that. But I don't see Uruguay going very far at the World Cup. Maybe in 2030, because I know the U20 team before won the World Cup. I picked Germany because few had them as favorites in those tournaments. The only thing is, I wasn't alive at that time, so I can't really say if any. I would say 74 they might have been favorites. Maybe not like Brazil like favorites, but host nation. And then 1990, I mean back-to-back World Cup finals before 1990, so I wouldn't say, when you think about it, 1954, you could make an argument, but then like, what do you call this? I don't know how life was like. 1974, you could say they could be one of the favorites, like host nation and all that. I'm not sure about 1974 because host nation at least have won a World Cup at that time, and only 8 years ago made the World Cup final, and then 1990 made back-to-back World Cups. finals, even though they lost in 82 and 86, but they ended up winning in 1990. So it wasn't a surprise Germany made it to the end. It would be like who are the favorites for the World Cup? I will say, in my opinion, there are 5 national teams that I actually have as favorites / contenders. I think these are the teams I would actually consider winning the World Cup. I have 3 from Europe and 2 from South America, and they're kind of obvious. From South America, I can see either Argentina or Brazil winning the World Cup. And then from Europe, I have England, France, and Spain. There could be an argument for Germany, and I wouldn't be shocked if they win it. Well, actually, both bottle jobs, the runners up in both of those finals. But if you were to say pre-tournament for this World Cup, I have 5, could be 6. I'll be honest, my prediction already is to win the World Cup. I know I've been saying them a few times now to different people, because I feel like, I'm not saying they're disrespected, but people don't really see how. The World Cup will be won by a team that's won it before in history. So that's only like 8 teams. If Italy don't make it, it's 7. And considering Uruguay, 6. But considering there's not been a team that won back-to-back World Cups since the 1962, and we're yet to actually start the second half as well of this game, then you would not include Argentina. So technically, should be 4 teams: Brazil, France, Spain, England, Germany. So 5 actually. But I think it will be a European side ultimately that wins it. The second half about to start, and we have kicked off in the second half of Cameroon against South Africa. So we'll see how these 2 sides get themselves back into a quarterfinal of the Africa Cup of Nations. Ball over the top, but not working there. Obviously, Cameroon winning 1-0 at halftime. But let's see if South Africa can get themselves a goal. Just please I don't want extra time, please. I am somewhat mentally preparing myself for, good ball! Shot taken! And, well, it's not really a shot, it was a pass, which is easily dealt with as the rain pours down. Really good ball. Cameroon could have been 2-0 up. I think he should have just take the shot or strike, possibly. But it is a corner, an early corner for Cameroon. So another set piece. The last time there was a corner, South Africa had to defend. They conceded ultimately. Same result or a different one? We'll find out. Corner taken, not quickly, not Origi. But South Africa will get it clear. No, Cameroon get it back. Got play in behind towards a chance, and it's a second goal. Cameroon. Surely that's the goal that could seal it. Cameroon have a 2-goal lead now. Early on. And it's Kofane with the goal for Cameroon. Cameroon it looks like I will be doing a Morocco-Cameroon watch-along on Friday. Big game at around this time. Cameroon and Morocco likely now in the quarterfinal playing up against each other. Kofane. And second half, starting just as good as it's been for Cameroon. Really good header, and Ronwell Williams couldn't deal with it. And it's Cameroon who grab the goal, which could see them through to the knockout round of the quarter-final. So they could be the team that knocks out Morocco. Because to be honest, Morocco haven't really had any genuine competition. But it's 2-0. Cameroon, definitely no chance of VAR. It's just a good goal. And it's 2-0. Seems like the early chances South Africa had, looks like it's been in vain. Should have taken the chances when they could, South Africa. And they couldn't. They did get a goal, but it was disallowed. So it's now up to South Africa do need a goal. Obviously, no shit. But they now need 2 to get this game level. And please, I'll be honest, I hope not. I want this game to end. I don't like extra time. You know. I'm not like, I support. Oh, ball given away. Could be an immediate response, but it is defended ultimately in the end for Cameroon. Could be a chance for Cameroon on the break. That's no handball. But South Africa having a lot to deal with in this game now that they are now 2-0 down. South Africa need pens to beat Capo Verde in the last quarters. Yeah, I would say they're a bit overhyped. I will say that. I will say. South Africa are a little bit overhyped amongst sides from Africa. I could see South Africa getting grouped, I'll be honest, at the upcoming World Cup. But I'll say it does depend on who that European side is. I think if it's like I actually think whichever European side makes it could actually just beat South Africa by 1-0 or 2-1 or just get a draw. Something like that. My projection at the moment of South Africa's World Cup now is 1 point, which is probably going to be against the European side. I just think South Korea could get it in the end against South Africa. And I think Mexico does win that opening game. I know Mexico haven't done well in the past few years, football-wise. But it's the opening game. Mexico ain't fucking Qatar, for sure, in terms of like that, unless who knows. But I am actually projecting Mexico to win that opening game against South Africa, which would be a big boost for Mexico and not a good one for South Africa. And if you're Mexico, you gotta be looking at this Cameroon performance, or even any of the performances any of the teams put against the South African side at this AFCON. South Africa haven't really impressed, more or less. Like South Africa did get the results they needed against the sides that you expect them to, but haven't really been that impressive. It was that chance and the goal, and that could potentially be the winning goal. Kofane. You don't need that young with that. Good goal. So I'll be honest, for South Africa, this tournament has been a bit of a humbler, I would say. Some tournaments you do need to be humbled before you rise again. Spain had to go through that from 2014 till mostly just 2014, maybe 16, 18. I'd say Euro 2020 was a look into. 2022 was a bit slow and lethargic, and then 2024 obviously won the Euros. But I'll be honest, I know people are saying Spain to win the World Cup. Obviously, I would like to see that, obviously, being here in Spain. But I'll be honest, my pick at the moment, it could change. But more times than not, I actually do quite well predicting World Cups. AFCONs, I'm shit at predicting, more or less. But my winner pick at the moment is France to win the World Cup. I know Didier Deschamps is a bit of a dinosaur. I mean, Jordan Pickford is also a dinosaur. But I don't know. I just feel like the quality that France possess, and also Mbappe always turns up at World Cups. If Mbappe is already having a good season with Real Madrid, I know he's injured right now, but if Mbappe is fully fit, we'll see what happens in the Champions League as well. Because I am also projecting Real Madrid to win it. I know Real Madrid on number 1 in the league standings, but I mean Liverpool were first place in the league standings of last season's Champions League, and how far did Liverpool go? So it's more the league phase is more about seeding. Yeah, Euro 2020. Yeah, I would say my very early pick. I'll see South Africa. No. Oh no, my very early call on England for the World Cup is decent, but you don't win. The best I see is losing the final or semis. But my pick for the next Euros, I will go with. At the moment, I am going with England. England will have their time. I just don't think it will be this year. It will be 2 years from now, 2.5 years. 2028 will be the famous year for England. That's what I'm projecting, for me at least. World Cup, I don't know. At the moment, I actually see a Brazil-England quarterfinal, just like 2002, which Brazil won. And actually, that quarterfinal will be played in Miami. Brazil, England, if that's the quarterfinal at this coming World Cup. Which I think I have a feeling that will be the quarterfinal, and I actually do hope it's England, Brazil, in the quarterfinal. Ball cleared for South Africa. Oh, in behind, Lyle Foster trying to chase, but it's cleared by Mpasi. It's no handball, just play on. Cameroon, still has it in possession. I don't know why he took the shot. And Bremo has it. And Bremo. Oh my God. Well, Cameroon dancing around the South African defense, but it's out for a goal kick. But yeah, I hope we get Brazil-England quarterfinal at the World Cup, because that's actually a potential quarterfinal. I think Brazil. Hear me out. Brazil to make a World Cup final is not that big of a surprise. I know Brazil ain't doing well right now, but you just what is he trying to do? And Cameroon are going to break. South Africa leaving themselves lots of exposure there, but South Africa get it back. But I'll say this, it's not a hot take. Brazil to make the World Cup final, it is not a hot take. I can see Brazil making a World Cup final. Despite how bad they've looked in the past year or two. But World Cup Brazil is a different type of breed. especially a World Cup in the Americas. And if you know the history of Brazil, actually, if I'm not mistaken, Brazil have made it to the quarters minimum most times. I mean, I don't know what would be the huge upset. Maybe beating Senegal. Yellow card. But my my current World Cup final as of now is France versus Brazil. That's my current World Cup final for now. Is France Brazil 2026. Technically New Jersey, but I'll say New York because come on, who wants to go to East Rutherford or New Jersey? No one really. Who wants to go to New York? A lot of people do. Huh? Okay, look, I know. The only thing is, right, with Norway can make the knockouts. Can Norway actually win it? No, they're not winning it. I will say I'm guaranteeing. I will. I don't know what I would do if Norway actually ends up winning. If Norway wins the World Cup, I will. I don't know. It would have to be something crazy that I'm super confident I'm not going to do. A South Africa shot is blocked 60th minute, more or less, actually. Even though my timer is not accurate, I should readjust it. Probably after this passage of play, I'll readjust it. Well, I think about what I could do if Norway actually do win the World Cup. See, whip in. South Africa do need the next goal if there is going to be one. Otherwise, Cameroon would win 3-0. But we'll see. 2-0 at the moment. Quite even in the shots, 8-7. Not 6-7, 8-7. So kind of close to it. I'll change my timer. And we reach. I'm about 40 seconds. My timer is 40 seconds behind the actual game time for me. So I'll change it when there's a bit of stoppage in the game. But yeah, Norway to win the World Cup, I don't see it. Like I know they beat my fellow countrymen Moldova 11-1 or something like that, but like, come on. Oh, South Africa! Oh, great save in Passy. Should have been the goal that brings life back to South Africa. They do keep the ball whipped in, but it will be collected back. South Africa now attacking. They know they need the goal. Not really equalizer, but the goal to help themselves. And the player down. Well, I will adjust my timer. 62. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There. Now I have kind of adjusted my timer. But yeah, I don't see Norway winning the World Cup at all. Probably not even in my lifetime. Maybe the Euros. Maybe. Oh, it could have been handball actually. But still, Impasi, good save. Probably was handball by. Yeah, that's handball. Lau Foster knew what he was doing. So even if that went in by Mofo Keng, I think it would have been disallowed for handball because it was handball. And the build up. A couple substitutions for South Africa. Konga and Mwanga, I think. coming on for South Africa as they try to find at least a goal that would put them back. Modiba is on for South Africa. Corner was, or not corner, I don't know. South Africa have the ball. South Africa, they have to push now, under 30 minutes to go, plus whatever stoppage time, and your tournament is over. And obviously, so it seems like, unless South Africa do get it back, I hope just not extra time, please. It will be Morocco, Cameroon in the Africa Cup of Nations quarterfinal as a watchalong on my channel. So that'll be one to look out for on Friday. As Cameroon tried to break, Williams deals with it. Ultimately, South Africa on the break, but it's easily dealt with. Baleba of Brighton and Hove Albion in the English Premier League. Fun fact. Oh yeah. Yeah. Obviously, Germany and Spain are the only ones to have won, at least one in both. Though, to be fair, I don't think any of them are winning this upcoming World Cup. I'll be honest, the closest right now from the men's is USA. Host nation. I think USA could make a quarterfinal minimum. I can see that quarterfinal USA. If they go above and beyond, I can see them making a semifinal. I'm not even joking when I say that. I'm not saying make the World Cup final. I think that's already too much. But a semifinal for USA, I can see it. Their path at the moment, I do see them topping the group. And then if they top the group, they're most likely going to play the third place team of Group B, which could be Canada. It could be USA Canada in San Francisco. And I know Canada recently have beaten USA, but I feel like USA will beat Canada. And then the round of 16 for USA would be the winner of Belgium's group. So under the assumption it's Belgium, I think USA beats Belgium. And then you have the quarterfinal. And that's, if you want to go by favorites, it's going to be Spain, USA quarterfinal in Los Angeles. Now, that is probably where I kind of see USA crashing out by the end of it. But, knowing Spain's record of playing host countries in World Cups isn't that great. Obviously, you have to look at 2002, 2018, both on penalties. Probably others that I might not remember. And a foul just outside the box. South Africa have it. My Discord man. Yeah, at the moment, I will say, what was I saying? Yeah, USA quarterfinal against Spain. If USA could put their game up super high in that game in the quarterfinal, I could see USA maybe beating Spain. Who knows? Obviously, it's not going to be good here in Spain, but I can see it. I can see it. USA beating Spain in a World Cup quarterfinal. I can see it. I know most people will say, hell no. Most likely, I will be backing that as like USA don't beat Spain in a quarterfinal. But if they do, I wouldn't be shocked. The whole world will, but not me, because I do see USA doing well at the World Cup, even though it's not been an amazing past couple or so years. But I think USA can do it. But the free kick for South Africa, and they probably have to score from this chance or in the next few minutes. Otherwise, Cameroon's going to shut up shop, and that's probably going to be the end. But as I said, please do subscribe to my channel right here, right here. Please do subscribe. I'm doing watchalongs, doing Nigeria, Mozambique on tomorrow actually, and then I'm doing Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso on Tuesday. Let's see, Mokopeng of South Africa against Mpasi and the wall. Save by Mpasi. Good save. I bet if that was Andre Onana, that goes in easily. Yeah, both sides are looking to win a trophy. The Africa Cup of Nations. It's a set piece. And last few times Cameroon's had corners, ultimately, it leads to a Cameroonian goal. And I'll say, if Cameroon do get a goal very soon, I think it's actually, no, it's the South African corner. But still, have to deal with it. I mean, it could actually be a Cameroon goal because now they're breaking counter-attack. Brian and Bremo. Here we go. Literally all from a set piece. It could actually. Oh, what a save. Williams. It could have actually been a Cameroonian goal. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Avom with the chance to have made it 3-0 for Cameroon. Damn, literally, I would say, it's a South African corner. Yeah, Cameroon had the chance to seal the win, actually. Fast break, Brian and Bremo, who's probably had a really good tournament for Cameroon. Definitely something Manchester United needed. The last few games drawing to Wolves and recently Leeds United. What a great way by Manchester United to end off and start 2025 and 6. Technically unbeaten in the last 3 or 4 games, something like that. But at the moment, this game looks like it's going to be in favor of Cameroon. It's a foul though. Yellow card will come out very shortly. There it is. Macarena. Not Macarena, it's Macarena. That gets the yellow card for South Africa. And you'll probably and ultimately will be a Cameroonian win, it feels like. I will be honest. Because I just feel like Cameroon are going to get the result that they need. Deportivo La Coruña are winning 2-1, thank God. Let's see. Yes, some substitutions, unless I'm wrong. South Africa want the Cameroonians to get the corner started. Come on, that boy. Forza that boy. Obviously, just checking the current score. I'll probably watch it like after the stream. Deportivo La Coruña currently 2-1 up against Cardiff as Cameroon have the corner, which they could potentially score from, but South Africa will clear it. what's happened to make the pause of play. Foul, I guess, from Embremo. Closing into the end of the game, 15 or so minutes until potentially now it seems like South Africa's tournament at the Africa Cup of Nations will come to an end here in Rabat, as Cameroon will stay in Rabat for the quarterfinal of Morocco-Cameroon, it seems like at the moment, in the big stadium. Forward, Williams clears it. Oh, chance! No, it'll be dealt with by the captain of Cameroon, not Samuel Eto'o. He's on the, not even a player anymore. Nicole. South Africa, I would feel like need to get a goal very soon if they really want to have a chance of getting themselves back into level terms. Ripped in, cleared headed, cleared for sure now. But South Africa will definitely be pushing a lot more players up forward. But the ref is allowing the substitution to happen. Ofane coming on for Mokofeng, who has a yellow card but is coming off. Did have a chance earlier in that first half, but hasn't really done much, I would say. It seems like it's going to be the end of South Africa's tournament in the Africa Cup of Nations namesake. You know, they literally have the name Africa in their name. Oh, could have been something there for South Africa, but I think the ball was out of play by the time was able to make the pass there. Huh? Where? It's not even out of play. It's not even off. That's not even out of play, but it seems like the luck is not there for South Africa. Bafana. Looking like they will be out of this AFCON by the hands of the claws and the jaws of the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, who will play the Atlas Lions. So whether you're the Atlas Lions or the indomitable Lions in the upcoming quarterfinal, seems like it will be a good game. We finally get some good games, I guess, coming in this upcoming Africa Cup of Nations. Not so much so cleared. Get back here. Trying to go forward here, South Africa. That's no foul. So you carry on. South Africa need to get something from this sort of play. Disappointing. You'll probably be making a couple of subs, Cameroon eventually, I feel like. Probably to close up shop, I would say. I would say you gotta make the substitution. Seems like a bit of tiredness, but definitely needs those legs ready for Friday evening for Cameroon's game. It seems like against Morocco in the quarterfinal here in Rabat. Obviously, tomorrow I will be doing a live watch along for Nigeria versus Mozambique. I don't know if I'll have guests on. Who knows? And then I will be doing on Tuesday Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast taking on Burkina Faso in the Africa Cup of Nations. Yeah, a couple subs. Seems like, or even 3 subs maybe for Cameroon, trying to close up shop and to see out the victory against South Africa. Woo is coming on. Not Winnie the Pooh, it's Woo coming on. And Marcel coming off. Could have had a goal actually in this game, but didn't. But ultimately, he would like to have a goal potentially on Friday if Cameroon or to eventually progress past South Africa and play Morocco in the quarterfinal, which is going to be a good game. I'm definitely happy. I am likely going to do that as a watch long on Friday night. 8 o'clock kickoff here in Spain / Morocco. Hopefully doesn't have extra time, but we'll see. Probably on Thursday I will be a little bit free of myself. Pass made. Wednesday, Thursday, don't really have any plans for streaming. Just enjoy a bit of life, not too much. Especially with the winter break for me ending and kind of getting back to work myself on Thursday, actually. I have a couple of things to do, and Friday before the watch along. But Cameroon, this could be 3, and to seal the win, nope. And that shirt is all draped up with a lot of rain, and that was actually onside. Cameroon could have been 3-0 up, but the shot was well wide of the goal. Could have sealed it in the 81st minute. Cameroon. Cuts out, but still has it. South Africa. Oh, good ball. Oh, he had to readjust his body. Mudabe could have. He had to readjust his body to take the shot. It's an unfortunate case of events for Mudabe and South Africa. That was probably the chance for South Africa to get themselves a goal back and potentially get themselves within touching distance of getting an equalizer, but still 2-0 for Cameroon. We'll be playing Morocco, it seems like, in the quarterfinals on Friday evening. That would be a good game. I'm looking forward to it, definitely. Oh, big mistake, potentially. Winnie the Pooh. Oh. Good defending. Good defending. Lau Foster is not happy. Wu has himself taken down. And then Lau Foster just not able to retrieve the ball back and easily wins the foul, which Cameroon are going to spend their gracefulness time in doing and change Moremi It's coming on for South Africa. Another change. Sibisi coming off. So heading into the final stretch of the game, Cameroon looking like they'll make the quarterfinal to play Morocco. So it's a Lions derby. The indomitable Lions of Cameroon taking on the Atlas Lions of Morocco. So looking forward to it. Absolutely, Jeff. Unbelievable. And we'll see whether it will be unbelievable. And South Africa tried to attack and get themselves, trying to get a chance to come back here. What? Seems like a foul was being called. It just seems like the grass isn't green for South Africa tonight. Nearly 10 o'clock for me. But we'll see. Che Malone, not Post Malone, it's Che Malone. Number 3 of Cameroon. Cross. And a core. Sorry. Jesus. So, let's see. Yeah, corner, actually. South Africa. Mokarena to take. That's cleared. Cameroon potentially on the break. Yeah. I don't know which one's which. But obviously, we'll see how Egypt do tomorrow. I'll obviously know the result tomorrow before I do my watch along of Nigeria versus Mozambique, which is obviously on my channel and my Twitter X. But obviously, you could see Egypt winning that, I'll be honest, against Benin. That's how it's pronounced. Benin. It's as if you can't even hear. Benin. South Africa, more or less, been more attacking than Cameroon have, but a 2-goal lead has definitely helped the cause of Cameroon. Throw in for South Africa, it seems like. Player down, Belieber. You better believe it. Closing in to the last 5 or so minutes, and under 5 minutes actually. South African fans praying that they can grab a goal at least to potentially do something. Belieber gets a yellow card for being injured, I guess. Ball to be retaken, throw to be retaken. I could see a Morocco-Egypt final as well. We'll find out how it'll pan out in the end. Obviously, Morocco at least in the quarterfinal. Egypt will find out by already by this time tomorrow. We'll find out. Oh, it's in! Is it? Yes. Goal. And Mpasi is holding off the ball. South Africa have one back. Jesus Christ, please, not extra time. They get one back, South Africa. 2-1, Cameroon. Hold on to your horses or billy goats, because South Africa do get a goal back And it's one of the substitutes, Maponga. The clean sheet isn't kept for Cameroon. And it's 2-1. Ho, ho, ho. It is not yet a Merry Christmas in Yaoundé or in any parts of Cameroon, as South Africa do have a goal. Makes things interesting. Knowing how football is, I bet I'm going to fucking watch this be an extra time and penalties and all that sort of shit. Oh, Jesus. I'm already going to mentally prepare myself now. At the moment, Cameroon building themselves up now to try to defend now a 1-goal margin, 2-1, which I did predict actually at the start of the stream, more or less. I said Cameroon to win 2-1, so I am currently right, but let's see if I am by the end of it. Blocked, throw in, and we'll also find out how much added time we'll have. 2 substitutions. Soko coming on, and Mayomo for Cameroon. Kofan seems like it's coming off. And I believe Mbremo is actually coming off as well, if I'm not mistaken. There's the substitutions for Cameroon. And we'll also find out how much added time, and even though my clock is a bit ahead. But we'll find out. I'll find out soon. I suspect it to be about probably 5-6 minutes. I'll say 6 minutes. Actually, it's Baleba that has come off, and Bremo's still on the pitch. South Africa blocked. They'll have their chances. South Africa blocked again. Southwood throw in. And the added time is 5 minutes. 5 minutes added on. So my clock is about 30 seconds ahead, the clock here. But regardless, South Africa need it. Oh, and it's just a wide off the post. Challenge, but Wu, like Winnie the Pooh, saving Cameroon's blushes. Magopa. That there's no case of like a penalty or any. No, I don't think so. Cameroon at the moment getting closer and closer to a quarterfinal. First time in 4 years. Obviously got knocked out by Nigeria, who they could potentially meet in the semi-final, potentially. Put it clear, and I believe now it seems like all hands on deck. As for South Africa, it's all hands on the horses. Hold your horses, because they want to spoil my fucking night by bringing this to fucking extra time, I bet. It's blocked. It's a foul committed on the goalkeeper. And Passy. Calm as a needle. Yeah, the goalkeeper did have a claim to it in Passy. Halftime, Deportivo 2-1 Cadiz. So I'll watch that after this stream. I hope. We'll see. Just about 3 minutes basically to go for Cameroon. Headed. Really get it cleared. Ball straight forward. Oh, what's happened? Not even sure what happened. Mokaena seems to be having cramps, I believe. So it's hopping off the pitch. And the South African players are like, get off the pitch, Harry. Doesn't matter now. It's all to do for South Africa. Oh, the goalkeeper nearly dropped it in Passy. Oh, God. They definitely want to bring this to extra time, I'm pretty sure. Oh, fuck. No, please not. I pray. Whipped in. Cleared. We'll get it back here. South Africa. Crossed. Headed cleared for Cameroon. Foul. In a potentially dangerous position for Cameroon, as South Africa do have a free kick. Getting closer and closer to the end of the game. Probably not, because I'm pretty sure not going to work Soko with the foul. What is Mbasi doing? Free kick. And where's it going to be? It's going to be a corner for South Africa. And getting nearer and nearer. Throw it, says the referee. Corner, South Africa. We'll see. We'll see. Last chance saloon. Headed clear. But South Africa will bring it back to the middle. Cleared for sure now. Williams boots it forward for South Africa. The goalkeeper, Cameroon, gets it clear, and the referee has blown his whistle. Cameroon have won this round of 16 clash. They have won 2-1 in the end for Cameroon, which means that Cameroon are into the round of 16 of the 2025, technically now 2026, Africa Cup of Nations. So it ends here between the two sides of South Africa and Cameroon 2-1. So that means Cameroon will play Morocco in the quarterfinals. Yeah, quarterfinals of the Africa Cup of Nations. So that's going to be a big one to look out for. So yeah, obviously my thoughts on the game. I think Cameroon definitely deserved the win. South Africa, see you at the World Cup then. 2010 repeat of that opener against Mexico. But yeah, so as I said, please do subscribe to my channel. Follow me on X and Twitter. Hit the like button on this stream. And I will be back tomorrow for Nigeria taking on Mozambique. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next one as Cameroon's indomitable lions are surprising the continent, but can they conquer the Atlas Lions on Friday? We'll find out. See you tomorrow. See you all tomorrow for Nigeria versus Mozambique. Here comes the outro.